You pushed the quiet guy too far. Now watch what happens next. What happens when the man who minds his business, walks alone and plays it cool is finally cornered? This isn't just about payback. This is about calculated retaliation. It's about a Sigma male's revenge, silent, strategic, and unforgettable. Welcome back, Sigmas. Today we're diving into a topic that breaks the myth that being calm means being weak. This is Sigma male revenge. What happens when they're pushed too far? Let's get one thing straight. Sigma males aren't impulsive. They don't lash out or throw tantrums. When you wrong a Sigma, you won't hear shouting. Instead, you'll feel the cold silence of someone who's already calculating their next move. These men thrive in solitude, where they reflect, plan, and strike with surgical precision. Unlike alpha males who confront problems head-on, Sigmas play the long game. They don't just react, they respond. According to psychological studies on personality types, introverted strategists like Sigmas often possess high emotional intelligence and self-control. This makes their revenge more impactful because it's not about ego, it's about principle. They'll hit you where it hurts most, your pride, your credibility, or your expectations, not out of spite, but to restore balance. If you betray their trust, they won't scream, they'll disappear. And when they come back, they'll be 3 steps ahead, achieving more, thriving harder, and showing you exactly why you should have never underestimated them. Their silence isn't weakness, it's preparation. So if you ever corner a Sigma, remember, you're not facing a man who will fight recklessly. You're facing a mind that's been waiting patiently for the right moment. And when that moment comes, it won't be loud, but it will change everything. Number 1, the calm before the storm, understanding the Sigma demeanor. Let's set the scene. Sigmas are those lone wolves, the men who don't need validation, approval, or applause. They live by their own code. But just because they don't bark doesn't mean they don't bite. They're observant, calculated, introspective. At first glance, the Sigma male might come across as quiet, detached, or even indifferent. But that's the illusion. Beneath the calm surface is a mind that's always ticking. He notices what others miss, the body language, the subtle insults, the shifting energies in the room. His silence isn't weakness, it's reconnaissance. Psychologists describe this type of personality as introverted but highly self-aware. The Sigma doesn't seek power in the traditional sense. He doesn't dominate a room with noise. Instead, he influences with presence. According to Carl Jung's archetypes, the Sigma aligns closely with the loner or wanderer, someone who operates on the edge of society but is deeply tuned into the human condition. When betrayed or disrespected, the Sigma male doesn't spiral into emotional chaos. You won't find him ranting online or ghosting people in a dramatic scene. Instead, he disappears. Not to sulk, but to strategize. This withdrawal is his power move. He takes time to reflect, recalibrate, and reinvent. And here's the kicker. When a Sigma returns, he's not seeking revenge. He's bringing elevation. Maybe he's leveled up in business or improved himself mentally and physically. His comeback is quiet, but it echoes loudly. His growth becomes the loudest response to the disrespect he endured. This ability to vanish and re-emerge stronger makes Sigma males incredibly resilient. It's not about proving others wrong, it's about proving himself right. Studies show that individuals who prioritize internal validation over external approval tend to experience higher levels of confidence and emotional stability. So the next time someone mistakes a Sigma's silence for softness, they might want to reconsider. Because what looks like stillness is actually strategy, and what seems like withdrawal is preparation for a powerful return. The Sigma doesn't need to bark to prove his presence. When he bites, it's surgical, decisive, and unforgettable. Number 2, why Sigmas don't seek revenge easily. Sigmas have a high threshold. It takes a lot to push them over the edge. They're not driven by emotional outbursts or quick reactions. Instead, they're thinkers, deep strategists who operate with logic, patience, and control. When betrayal hits, they don't lash out. They go silent, not because they're weak, but because they're calculating. Why? Because revenge to a Sigma is not a reaction, it's an art. While most people explode under pressure, Sigmas expand. They don't waste time arguing or crying about what was done to them. Instead, they redirect that energy into growth. Betrayal becomes fuel. In fact, psychological studies show that highly autonomous individuals, like the Sigma personality type, are more likely to seek self-improvement over retaliation. This aligns with how Sigmas operate. They hit the gym, start a business, complete a passion project, or learn a new skill. They don't aim to get even. They aim to evolve. Sigmas see adversity as a challenge to upgrade. Mentally, they become sharper. Spiritually, they reflect and reconnect with their values. Financially, they double down on their ambitions. They know that success is the loudest form of revenge, and the best part, they don't need to announce it. When Sigmas do strike back, it's never impulsive, it's strategic, it's cold, and it's effective. Like a chess master waiting for the perfect opening, they make their move when the odds are in their favor. This is backed by behavioral psychology. Delayed gratification and emotional regulation are signs of high emotional intelligence, traits Sigmas possess in abundance. Their silence isn't submission, it's preparation. While others burn out in emotional chaos, Sigmas quietly rise. They don't return the same pain. They return with power, with progress. And by the time the world notices, it's already too late to stop them. That's the true nature of Sigma revenge. It's not about destruction, it's about transformation. They don't just overcome, they ascend. And number 3, the breaking point. What finally triggers the Sigma male? What finally flips the switch in a Sigma male? The answer lies in a few powerful triggers, rare but unmistakable. Sigmas are known for their calm detachment, emotional self-control, and a deep commitment to inner peace. But when certain lines are crossed, something inside them changes. It's not loud, and it's not showy, but it's absolute. Here's what flips that internal switch. Trust is sacred to a Sigma. Unlike more extroverted personalities who might form dozens of surface-level connections, Sigmas are selective. They form deep bonds with very few, and those bonds are built on integrity and loyalty. When someone they've let into their inner world betrays that trust, whether through lies, cheating, or disloyalty, it's not just disappointing, it's transformative. That betrayal severs emotional ties instantly. There's no confrontation, no outburst, just silence, and a door that shuts forever. Sigmas aren't easily offended by casual slights. They're too self-assured for that. But if someone deliberately tries to humiliate them, undermine their beliefs, or mock their independence, they take notice. These men don't thrive on ego, but they do live by principle. And when someone tries to chip away at that, they respond, not with aggression, but with strategic withdrawal or calculated moves. It's like playing chess with someone who always thinks 3 steps ahead. Freedom is the Sigma's oxygen. Any attempt to control, guilt trip, or emotionally blackmail them is met with immediate resistance. Psychological studies show that autonomous personalities like the Sigma rank highest in non-conformity and independence. Trying to manipulate them is like trying to train a wild hawk with a leash. They'll take off the moment they sense confinement. They may seem aloof, but Sigmas have a strong moral compass. If you hurt someone they care about or attack something they stand for, they won't ignore it. They don't seek conflict, but they won't back down from it when it matters. Historical and fictional figures like Batman or John Wick embody this trait. Push a Sigma far enough and you'll see a silent warrior emerge, someone who doesn't shout or threaten, but acts with cold precision. In the end, when these boundaries are crossed, a Sigma doesn't explode, he evolves, and that's when things truly begin to change. Number 4, the quiet disappearance, the first step of Sigma revenge. A Sigma's first move isn't confrontation, it's distance. They don't shout, they don't throw fits, they vanish, no drama, no announcements, just gone. This move is so quiet, it's deafening, and it absolutely confuses people. Why? Because when someone who was once calm, composed, and ever-present suddenly removes themselves without warning, it leaves a psychological gap. That's step 1 of Sigma revenge. Confuse them with silence. In psychology, this is known as the withdrawal response, and it's powerful. Most people expect retaliation or emotional outbursts when there's conflict or betrayal. But a Sigma male plays an entirely different game. He doesn't give people the satisfaction of reaction. Instead, he removes their access to his energy completely. That's silence, that's not emptiness. It's progress in motion. While the world is busy speculating, gossiping, and wondering where he went, the Sigma is in the lab of life, plotting, building, evolving. He's recharging, rethinking, repositioning. It's a strategic retreat, not a surrender. In nature, predators often pull back before they strike. It's the same with a Sigma. His silence is a warning, a signal that something is happening behind the scenes. According to studies in social dynamics, silence can be more psychologically unsettling than confrontation because it removes control and predictability from the equation. And here's the twist. While others are stuck in the past, replaying old arguments and waiting for closure, the Sigma is already 3 moves ahead. He's investing in his purpose, fine-tuning his discipline and making himself even more untouchable. By the time people realize what happened, it's too late. The Sigma has reinvented himself, stronger, smarter, sharper. His absence spoke louder than any words could. Sigma revenge isn't about payback through destruction. It's about evolution through distance. He levels up so hard, the people who hurt him can't even recognize the version of him they once took for granted. So the next time a Sigma disappears, don't mistake it for weakness. That silence you hear, that's the sound of strategy, of strength, of someone becoming a better version of himself while the rest are left wondering what went wrong. That's the Sigma way. Number 5, the evolution, turning pain into power. While others wallow in bitterness, Sigmas transform. When most people go through betrayal or heartbreak, their first instinct is to sit in the ashes of their pain, replaying what went wrong, clinging to resentment, or even plotting revenge. But the Sigma male, he plays a different game entirely. Break his heart? He doesn't cry himself to sleep for months. He hits the gym. His heartbreak becomes the iron in his veins. He channels his emotional pain into physical transformation. Scientific studies even show that exercise increases endorphins, the body's natural mood lifters, and helps rebuild confidence after emotional trauma. For the Sigma, heartbreak is a wake-up call, not a defeat. Betray his trust? He doesn't spend his time plotting your downfall. He builds his empire. Financial success for Sigmas is not just about the money. It's about control, independence, and proving that no one else gets to define his value. Many successful entrepreneurs and lone innovators exhibit Sigma traits. Elon Musk, Steve Jobs, even Keanu Reeves. They've all faced criticism, loss, and setbacks, yet use them as fuel to rise. Doubt his potential. That's the best mistake you could make. Because when someone underestimates a Sigma, they don't argue. That quiet time away from the spotlight isn't weakness, it's transformation. Whether it's learning new skills, mastering his craft, or building unshakable inner peace, he uses solitude as a forge. Sigmas don't pursue revenge by hurting others. Their revenge is in their glow-up, the kind that makes people double-take, the kind that silences doubters and shakes those who once thought they had the upper hand. This isn't just poetic, it's psychological. According to behavioral science, post-traumatic growth is a real phenomenon. Some individuals emerge stronger, more resilient, and more driven after hardship. Sigmas are masters of this, and that's why, when you see him months or years later, you don't recognize him. Not because he changed to please anyone, but because he finally became everything they said he couldn't. Confident, focused, powerful. That's not revenge. That's transformation. And it's the kind that doesn't just sting, it shatters egos. Number 6, the return when the Sigma strikes back. Here's the thing. When Sigmas return, it's never to explain, it's to exceed. They don't waste time justifying or defending themselves because they understand that true power lies in progress, not in words. Sigmas come back glowing, upgraded versions of themselves. This transformation isn't about proving anything to anyone, it's about evolving. Evolution in its purest form is the ultimate flex. It shows growth, resilience, and an unshakable commitment to becoming better, no matter the obstacles faced. Think about that ex who cheated. While they're stuck in the past, the Sigma is out there dating someone truly stunning. Not just in looks, but in character and energy. It's a clear sign that they've moved on and raised their standards. This isn't about revenge, it's about self-worth and living a better life. What about that boss who underestimated him? Now, the Sigma runs his own company or leads a project that turns heads. It's a classic example of turning criticism into motivation. Instead of bitterness, there's action, leadership, and undeniable success. And those fake friends, they witness the Sigma surrounded by quality people who uplift and support him. This shows an important truth. Growth attracts growth. As the Sigma evolves, they naturally leave behind toxic relationships and create space for authentic connections. What's truly wild is that the Sigma doesn't even mention the past. No dramatic stories or complaints. He lets his growth speak louder than words ever could. This silent confidence is what makes the Sigma archetype so magnetic and powerful. It's a lesson for all of us. Actions, fueled by growth and self-improvement, always outshine explanations. Number 7, humor break, the Sigma petty level 9000. All right, let's dive into the world of the Sigma male, where calm confidence meets a sly sense of humor and just a dash of calculated pettiness. It's a fascinating blend that's both educational and entertaining. The Sigma male archetype is often described as the lone wolf, independent, self-reliant, and unbothered by social hierarchies. Unlike alpha males who thrive on leadership and dominance, Sigmas operate outside the traditional pack, carving their own path with quiet strength. But don't mistake their calm demeanor for passivity. Underneath that composed exterior lies a sharp mind that knows exactly when to make a power move, and sometimes that move is deliciously petty. Take, for example, the legendary tactic of buying the building where an ex works. It's not just about owning property, it's a bold, almost theatrical gesture that sends a subtle message. I'm doing great, thanks for asking. This is classic Sigma style, making a statement without uttering a word, leveraging success as a form of quiet revenge. Or consider the Sigma who casually sponsors an event he was once excluded from. This move flips the script with finesse. Instead of confronting the rejection head-on, the Sigma uses his resources to redefine the narrative, proving that exclusion only fueled his rise. And then there's the social media play, posting a picture in the outfit they once mocked, only to receive thousands of likes. It's a confident, almost ironic response to critics, showing that the Sigma doesn't need validation from others, but enjoys the spotlight when it shines on his terms. These actions may seem petty at first glance, but they're actually rooted in strategic self-empowerment. The Sigma male's pettiness isn't about drama. It's about control, confidence, and delivering a little poetic justice, all with a touch of class. In the end, it's not just petty, it's deliciously satisfying. Number 8, lessons learned from Sigma. Male revenge. Let's break it down, Sigmas. Here's what their revenge teaches us. First, emotions don't require explosions. Sigma males often feel deeply but choose to act with wisdom rather than impulsiveness. Unlike dramatic outbursts, they channel their emotions into calm, calculated responses. This teaches us that feeling intensely doesn't mean losing control. True strength lies in mastering your reactions. Second, growth is the best clap back. Instead of seeking petty revenge, the Sigma focuses on self-improvement. When someone sees you thriving and evolving without them, that silent success is the most powerful response. Psychologically, personal growth not only builds confidence, but also sends a clear message that you're unstoppable. Third, revenge isn't about them, it's about you. Sigma revenge is less about hurting others and more about reclaiming your peace and power. It's an internal evolution where your focus shifts from resentment to self-mastery. This mindset aligns with modern psychology, emphasizing emotional intelligence and resilience as keys to well-being. Lastly, silence is strategic. Sometimes saying nothing speaks volumes. Sigma males use silence as a tool to maintain control and unsettle those who expect drama. This strategic quietness can be more impactful than any argument or confrontation because it forces others to wonder and reflect. In sum, Sigma's revenge teaches us that power, growth, and peace come from within, not from external conflicts. So here's the final word, Sigmas. When life pushes you to your limits, don't break down, don't beg for mercy, and don't explode in anger. Instead, transform. This is the hallmark of true resilience, the ability to adapt and rise stronger from adversity. Psychological studies show that resilience isn't just about enduring hardship, but evolving through it. Be the man who turns betrayal into brilliance. History's greatest leaders often faced betrayal, but used it as fuel for success. Think of Nelson Mandela, imprisoned for 27 years, yet emerged to unite a nation. That's transforming pain into power. Turn disrespect into domination by mastering your own mindset. Remember, the Sigma male thrives not on external validation, but on internal mastery. According to psychology, emotional intelligence is key here, understanding your emotions and channeling them productively. Let your glow-up outshine their gossip. Let your calm outmatch their chaos. The best revenge isn't retaliation, it's silent excellence, the kind that makes people wonder how you did it, without a single harsh word. Because the strongest comeback is becoming the man they never believed you could be. If this resonates, join the pack, like, subscribe, and share your Sigma comeback story. Stay true, stay Sigma.